1847, Thomas Connolly became a man and inherited a fortune, Castletown House, and all its land. Yes, young Thomas Connolly had finally come of age, and to welcome the new lord of Castletown onto the stage, all the lords and ladies came to Castletown Hall for a hunt and a feast and a big gala ball. Yes, they gathered here for a magnificent feast, for turkey and puddings, ice cream and roast beef. And beckoning to all as he stood at his chair, Reverend Scratch asked them all to join him in prayer. Lord, help us forget that our hunt was spoiled today, when the stench on the road led our hounds astray. Help us, dear Lord, whom you have rightly blessed. Protect us from seeing such sights of distress. Now Thomas had seen what had broken their chase, refugees from the west fleeing fields in waste. Something about potatoes with blight had filled all the land with such dreadful sights that the roads were choked with misery as thousands each day were attempting to flee. Now Thomas was troubled, so to the Reverend he beckoned. Excuse me, kind sir, but I do have a question. What of those poor creatures on the road today? Asked young Thomas in an innocent way. There was a young girl who grabbed hold of my horse. What would make her take such a desperate course? I think she was suffering such horrendous grief that perhaps we should do something to aid her relief. Oh, Thomas, you're young and so very naive. Free enterprise and the market is all that she needs. Don't let those plebs prey on your mind. It's 1847. You must move with the times. Your talk of hunger now is in really poor taste. Your gala banquet here should not go to waste. Here, here, cried the bailiff. And the judge agreed, as the servants began catering to their every need, bringing in leeks and carrots, sweet cakes and pies, every taste for your taste bud that money can buy. Then Scratch beckoned to Thomas with a wave of his hand. Now, do come join us at table, my fine young man. I have invited a few who you simply must meet. Men are breeding and stationed, so do take your seat. Now that Castletown House has been passed on to you, you must learn to do business with we chosen few. So sit here with the banker, the bailiff, and judge, and we'll feed upon turkey, puddings, ice cream, and fudge. Now the portly man, sitting off to his right, began to speak to Thomas in between bites. As your banker, let me manage that fortune of yours. Allow me to invest it so you can make more. We have devised a scheme to sell your animal feed to all of these so-called people in need. It's a sound investment, your profits protected. The bailiff will see that all the debts are collected and spare you from any grief or afflictions by forcing foreclosures and making evictions. And with that, the banker cut a nice dripping slice off his bloody roast beef with his huge carving knife. So you see, said the banker, you needn't fear, and I happen to have the contract right here. So please just sign it, and you'll harvest more wealth. Yes, sign it, my son, and we'll toast to your health. So the contract was passed, the pen and ink well. But when Thomas took the pen, there came the sound of a bell. Ringing and ringing from out the front hall. Asked Thomas, at this late hour, who would dare call? Then the door was opened, and what should appear but a girl in rags, shivering with fear. Like a shadowy ghost in the light of the moon, All sat frozen as she entered the room. Said Thomas. "Why, that is the girl I saw today on the hunt." "This is an outrage," said the banker. "Remove her at once. How dare you scandalize our happy affair? Why, the smell of your child is fouling our air." Then a servant came in with a large sweeping broom and swept the girl right out of the room. "Ha! Now, back to business," said the banker. "Let us seal the deal, and you'll make a killing selling your cornmeal. So take the contract and sign it right here." But suddenly Thomas felt he must look in the mirror. And deep in that glass, what met his gaze but the devil in hell, with his eyes all ablaze? And beside him the banker drowning in flames, and Reverend Scratch too writhing in pain, and then rolling in agony, who should he see? "Dear Lord," gasped Thomas, "why, that is me!" So filled with terror at this hellish sight that he hurled the inkwell with all of his might. And as the glass cracked, there puffed just enough sulphurous fume to end the fierce vision and stink up the room. Then Thomas took hold of the contract, and he started to laugh. And before all assembled, he tore it in half. "Dear Lord!" cried the banker. "The young man is mad! He's gone quite insane! This is really most sad!" And so this is the true tale of the night the devil appeared to young Thomas Connolly in the Castletown mirror. For from that night onward it became his belief that he must do his part for his fellows' relief. And he is remembered today as a landlord who did what was right, who used his great fortune to help ease the plight, not like some leaders today who make justice a farce, or the bankers who pick lies out of their arse.